Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Sorry, I was having some audio issues there for a minute. Good to see you, Danielle, MK, and Grunge Truck. What's up, guys? Jinx, hello. Good morning. Yeah, I was using my PlayStation 4 controller on my PC and it messed with my audio, but we're good now. What's up, Tommy? Good morning, Miss Thing. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. Well, if you guys are anything like me, avoiding work and looking at usually true crime or Delphi related stuff, figure I would, if I'm going to look at it, I might as well look at it with you guys, right? Brick with eyes. Anything new with the case? Jeez. I don't know. It's a weird case. A lot of the old stuff becomes new, and a lot of the new stuff becomes old. Stuff that was right in front of us becomes relevant. Very strange case. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're all at work, Brick. Question is, do we really want to do any work, or do we want to talk about the Delphi case? Hey, Kelly, Julianne. Hey, Joseph. What's up? Yeah, I figure we can sneak away for an hour. What's up, Kate? I was trying to sleep, but my neighbor's got a pit bull puppy and it keeps barking. How annoying. So, are we talking about the possibility connection to Kentucky? We can. Hey, what's up, Ruckus? Good morning. Hey, Dee Dee. Good morning. So much for sleep today. I don't know. What you do is you put on like some talk radio in the background or a movie that you've seen a million times, turn it real low, and then read read some book. That always works for me. Yeah, I work from home too, Dee Dee. Nope, don't want to work at all. Yep, I'd rather be Delphine too. You got to get it out of your system. I'm about to rip my freaking hair out. Yeah, that's awful. Woosaw. Goose fraba. Hey, Patricia, good morning. My job is hands on, so I can really only listen. Thanks for taking some time, Sleuth. Yeah, I hope you have a great day today, Joseph. I'll hang out for a little bit. Ruckus is retired. That reminds me of the movie Tombstone. He says, I'm retired. He goes, yeah, you look it. Then they start talking in some other language. Vino veritas. I Jake with Odges. I think it's Latin. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's see. Oh yeah. Sorry guys. Sorry, I keep coughing into the microphone. I always got to clear out my system in the morning. MK, I just took a look at that, and I'm in I'm in total agreement with you. I've been preaching that for a while. Um, I said that Ron Logan was motivated enough to create an alibi without being guilty of murder or involved. And if he's going to the dump, that means he's going into the dump in preparation of the murder. And you think he would already have an alibi worked out. He picked a real strange time to try to come up with an alibi. Usually that happens right after a murder, not after an entire town is looking for the missing victims. It's common sense with Ron Logan. Now it could be maybe he came home and found somebody hiding in his house or something. Like what the hell are you doing here, Richard? Oh man, like I did something really bad, or maybe it's somebody else. So I'm saying he could be involved, just not the guy on the bridge, and doesn't appear that he planned anything. All right, so let's take a look at this video here from Fig Solves. The weather is disrespectful. Hey, what's up, Mandy? What you up to? So, I mean, what's the theory for all these Ron Logan accusers? Is it that he was working and on his way home he grabbed, a bottle of booze and started getting all liquored up and went out, committed a crime? Hey, TTM, good morning. So he did all this yard work, walked all the way out to the bridge and all the way back home after committing a murder, then comes up with an alibi, then decides he's going to go to the fish store. It just doesn't make any sense. And if he's drunk enough to go commit a double murder, he's going to come home and probably sleep. I mean, you got to be really, really drunk. Dead scapegoat. Yeah, and it's kind of disrespectful to his name. The Unsolved. What's up? All I know is if Ron Logan was involved in any way, he's 100% not BG. Yep. I think it's safe to say that. I wouldn't say 100%. Because I mean that image is just too blurry. We don't know what they did to it. But from where I'm standing, he could be involved, of course. There's nothing there that says that. But hey, he could be, right? We don't know. But I don't think he's the guy on the bridge. I mean, look at him. This is him the day of. This is him just a few hours before the crime. Look at him. You have people fighting tooth and nail to convince others that that's him on the bridge. Ain't nothing wrong with Aretha. Chain, chain, chain. That's what we should play right now for all the Ron Logan accusers. Chain of fools. Oh, sorry. But he told the cops his cousin took him to the dump as well. Did he? He's like, I wasn't driving. That's all I know. Yeah, I think he was caught having some pizza and drinking some beer as well. Yeah, too much. Even if he was in shape. Here, let's do this. The hell? It's like not letting me open up two at the same time. I got to figure that out. Oh well. We won't spend all day on that. Said because he's not supposed to be driving. Yeah, he would have become a. I think he was already a habitual offender. Yeah, he doesn't seem nervous or in a hurry, and he also seems worn out already. He's moving slowly. He's kind of leaning over. He's like, man, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna go relax. I'm gonna go take care of some things and go have a beer. What's up with all that trash? Was it from a party he had? What party? I'm open to a party theory. I just need something to hold in my hand so I can say, hey, remember that party idea? Look what I have. It supports that theory. I think the camera angle makes BG look taller. 100%. Libby was not on the bridge when she was filming the bridge guy. She was off and to the side. Now, if you've seen any video or photographs from the south end of the bridge, it goes down at an angle, and the ground is kind of eroded away around where the cement foundation for the bridge is. So she's down at least a foot, if not more. Not sure what he's tossing out. He had a big property. It must be hell to keep up with that property. 2007 whistleblower. What's up? He's not doing anything suspicious. It would be something if he went to the dump afterwards, but it's a moot point. I agree. Unless he's preparing something. Did he clean out a room that they were going to use to film in? You know, I mean, you can find a million ways to theorize and speculate, but there's just no evidence. So, I mean, I can argue all day a million reasons why Ron Logan is the guy on the bridge, a million reasons why I think he could be the guy on the bridge, why he could be involved. I just don't think that he is, and I don't think it's solid. But I mean, I could spend hours and hours speculating and trying to wrap all that information around a theory of, involving him as the killer. But there's no facts. WL22, what's up? Julianne, what's up? Good morning, Bogey. What's going on, playa? I thought people said there was a cookout or party at Ron's that weekend. Yeah, you just said it. A lot of people keep saying it. I just haven't seen anything like solid about it. And that's the only reason I don't spend time on it. It's one of those things one person says, another person repeats. Now you're repeating it, and I'm just not going to go around repeating something like that. Because if you have a party at the crime scene, there could have been hundreds of people there. That means we have hundreds of suspects now. And if you have a party with 100 people, 50 people, 30 people, why not one of those persons have spoken about this party or even talked about it? I don't know. This doesn't seem likely. But hey, if you want to hand me anything that I can hold and I'll get behind you on it. It's a good point, Ruckus. 96 watching, 15 likes. It's ridiculous. Scrub like behavior. Thank you, Jinx. Ron Logan supposedly said, what's up, Anna, by the way? Supposedly said the trash was stuff that had been blown across his land. I think he said something about animals or something getting into it, or that something animal had dumped his garbage cans and stuff was strewn over his land. And I could totally see that because the bags didn't look very full. It was like a lot of bags, but not a lot of trash, if you get what I mean. Good morning, Phil. Sweets, good morning. Miss Thang, I keep hearing about this party, but never any good info. Yep. And I don't understand why people want to keep pushing a narrative. I don't get it. Why are you pushing a narrative? What is it behind it? Why do you want to push that there was a party? You have to ask yourself why. Oh, it's because it leads to one of their POIs or it leads to something that they've been pushing already. But we have to learn or kind of be disciplined when we do that. And that's something I've learned over time. Don't jump to the next step. Focus on that first step, and then it'll lead you to the next step. Don't jump to the next step and then look back at that step and say, hey, we're going to complete you later, because in reality, you're jumping on to nothing. And you're just going to fall through space. Hey, CN, what's going on? Good. I hope you have a great day at work. Although not have many have spoken who were actually part of this event. What event? What event are you talking about? Is it the pig roast? Oh, it's a pig roast because there was pig heads, right? Oh, that explains why there was a pig head, because there was a party and they were doing a pig roast. Oh, okay, I get it now. It's all clear to me. Raccoons are called trash pandas for a reason. Have you seen the movie Great Outdoors? That music is playing through my head right now. That music when the raccoons are like knocking over the trash cans. Big Bear. Big Bear. What kind of cheese? Big man cheese. Big man cheese pizza. True crime with Marvin Frank. What is up? What's up, Chopper? We got Big Fish, Running Bear, Big Bear. Hey, speaking of Big Bear, what up? Wake and bake. You know it. No one has a pig roast in February in the Midwest. I didn't even know you guys had pig roasts. I thought that was a Mexican thing or Samoan, an island, boy. Big Fish says like Eric Williams is one of the only who has spoken from search and everything. Well, you had what the hell was his name with the leaked texts that actually lived with Abby Erskine? I think he was uh firefighter too, right? Anna says maybe the hundreds of people at Ron Logan's party in Pig Roast won't talk because they are afraid of Garrett Kurtz. I swear. Wake and bake. Good to see you, Marv. I should have called it an event, but I mean from those 2 days. Yeah, I mean there could have been a party. It would make sense, drug fueled party. Different cars parked at the CPS building. Drugged out stragglers, including possibly a Garrett Kurtz, at least there. Mandy. I'm an island boy. Hanging at Ron Logan's. Having a pig roast, yeah. In the South, people will put a deducted pig in the ground to grill. Best part. Oh, hell yeah. Preaching to the choir, Running Bear. I was born on barbecue. I'm in Florida and we call it pig pickings too. Yeah, you eat everything, the ears, the snout, the tongue. The only thing I don't eat are the feet. Ron seemed pretty incredulous. That's a new word. Like an innocent person seemed to trying to be helpful to investigation. He would not have had a big druggy party as he was opposed to that on his property and trails. Well, I don't know. I mean, if he's hanging around with Garrett Kurtz, he might say one thing and do another. Erskine worked at Packers, was a volunteer fireman. There you go. Big Bear. Big Bear. Hey, what's up, Christine? Good morning, everyone. I always play music. Yesterday, Monday. Mama and Papa's. I love that. Tuesday afternoon, Moody Blues. For today, yeah, I love music. I listen to all kinds of music. I've been in a country western mood lately. Your coworkers are like, what are you doing, CN? What you laughing at over there? Hey, what's up, Don? How'd I miss you? Good morning. Did not live with, I was told David Erskine did not live with Abby at the time. He was roommates with Cappy, the other firefighter. But no, it's my understanding that he did live with her. But what do I know? Yeah, with your fancy words and whatnot. I like new words. New words are fun. This candy jack is the antidote. Antidote? Huh? See what I did there? Me, I like Merle Haggard, George Jones. I like some old like Randy Travis, Garth Brooks. But right now I'm on like a George Jones, Merle Haggard, that outlaw country. Just a branded man out in the cold. When they let me out of prison, a black cloud followed me. What you know about that? Yeah, Waylon's good. The Highwaymen, good too. No Show Jones. That's old school. Kid, check the rhyme. For every rumor, there's an opposite rumor. So frustrating. Because it's a rumor mill. They got to make both sides of each rumor. You just got to flip it like a coin. Yeah, Merle is the greatest. George is good too. Chain, 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 chain of fools. You guys have some good taste. Cody Jinks, if you're into old school country. Wait in the truck. George and Tammy series was great. Um, what else do I like right now? I like 2000s like hip hop music. Do you guys know anything? You've ever heard of a record label called Duck Down? The Boot Camp Click? I can always listen to that. And their whole squad is good. Their whole catalog. My daughter's getting me hooked on Morgan Whalen. Yep, and then you got Johnny Cash. Can't forget Johnny Cash. Elvis. Yeah, new country music's just pop music, in my opinion. The unsolved. Always found it interesting that there was no mention of an unspent round in the Logan FBI search warrant affidavit. Cops hide a lot of info. It's my understanding that in the Maxwell search warrant, it was present. And I think that's how they got the search warrant. They must not have that evidence I don't think would have helped them. It didn't point, they probably didn't have any information that said he had a 40 caliber, but I think that there was information that the Maxwell household they had a 40 caliber weapon. Somebody has that probable cause affidavit. It's out there, but apparently it clearly states the unspent shell casing. Buckshot, yeah, he's the leader of the boot camp. Yeah, Buckshot's he's dope. 4 p.m. here in the UK, so I chilled this morning watching Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit's nice. Just don't go getting that Trans Am. Yeah, Johnny Cash is a legend. That song he did, the Tool song, I think it's called what, Dirt? That's a good one. I hurt myself today to see if I could feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. What have I become? Yeah, that's a great song. I like where Waylon says Elvis would have exist without him. Got to find that affidavit would be a great discussion. Yeah, it's out there. Somebody has it. Hey, Miss Kitty. Not Tool. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. 9 Inch Nails. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's not even a Tool song, huh? Doesn't even sound like a Tool song. Which affidavit you looking for? Yes, Lorraine. Yes, yes. I'm sorry. Don't nail me to the cross, please. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, it's out there. And apparently it has a lot of strange information in there because they did a lot of search warrants. They didn't just do Maxwell, Logan. I think they even searched Garrett Kurtz's father. I think they did a search warrant on him. So, I mean, if anything, you might want to find a connection between Richard Allen and him. That's most likely where this is all leading, and most likely why everybody's intuition is bringing up Garrett Kurtz and Ron Logan, because the person who is probably responsible for this is tied to both of them in some way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who mentioned the gas station first? Yeah, there was talk of that early on. And I mean, the gas station clerk probably was talking to people about it at some point. And I'm even wondering if the Young sketch was like, hey, well, can you at least describe what was on the video? And I could kind of see maybe even a Richard Allen through a video from a certain angle, maybe even appearing to look young. Was it Walton that was supposed to be on the plane with Buddy Holly and Richie Valens? The guy who lost the bet or whatever? Can't remember who that was. James Brown should be in the hip hop genre. James Brown created the hip hop genre with those break beats and shit. Now you got that Try Me song in my head. Try me. That's that old school gangster music. Yeah, that was great news, Running Bear. Yeah, Waylon's a legend. So I think we'll end the conversation with um, the tough task, talking about the tough task ahead of the prosecution. I mean, if they didn't find, let's say, clothing or trophies or a weapon or something with the victim's DNA on the property of Richard Allen, I mean, I really don't think they have anything. So they may just be delaying all this, trying to make a deal with Richard Allen, or in the hopes that they can get somebody else to come forward or find another perpetrator. Because I mean, that bullet, I don't think that's going to do it. They're gonna have a hard time just convincing 12 random people like, hey, this is good science. You know what I mean? You might be able to convince a scientist or an engineer or somebody who, who knows how to break those things down. But just to, let's say a housewife or a 9 to 5 type dude who's like, you guys aren't paying me enough for this jury duty. Let's move on. I'm not sold on that shit. I never heard of the Delphi case, and I don't know what you're talking about with this bullet, but it shit looks fake. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't enough. Like, the guy's not guilty. They're gonna show him the video. Like, I don't know if that's him. I don't know who that is on that video. Doesn't look like that guy. There was also a rumor that the Maxwell father was a marathon looking rough. What's the opposite of that? Good point. They're wasting a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. They got to have something else. There's a reason why they showed the search warrant affidavit and sold it as the arrest affidavit, or why they didn't include anything from the search in the arrest affidavit. There's a reason for that. The Unsolved says, don't be shocked if they have a treasure trove of info from his computer or phone. Yeah, they got something. They seem confident, and they seem confident and careful. They're like, okay, how do we be confident in what we have? And show that to the public, how confident we are and how happy we found this major piece. Now, how do we be careful and not to ruin this larger piece? I don't know if you've ever had anything really fragile in your hand and you got to move it from one place to the other and you're just trying to hold on to it and you're not trying to shake. Right now they're just trying not to shake, because if they do, the whole thing's just going to come crashing down. House of Cards. Richard Allen was arrested until 2 weeks after the first search of his home. Yep. That indicates search results from DNA. They must have found something very incriminating to justify the arrest. Yeah, I'm thinking of some type of lab result. We need you to run tests on these. Okay, give me 2 weeks. Boom, 2 weeks comes back. Buddy, you're going to fry. So they got something. They took out clothes, bags, small booklets. The small booklets could very well be photographs. They come, sometimes they give them to you in small booklets. And he had his little man shed, his little she shed in the back. Hey, Freckle Joy, all we have seen is the PCA. They have more. Yeah, because the PCA, it's supposed to be a probable cause for arrest. But when you read it, it's everything that they had prior to his arrest. There's nothing in that PCA that has anything after his arrest. There's nothing. Yeah. So, why did they, if they can get, well, I guess Judge Gull seen what else was in kind of talking nonsense right now, because of course she has all the information and it was her decision to put it out or agree to put out that PCA that McClellan recommended. So she must know that there's more information in there, and it must be pretty damning. Hey, Olivia. Hope you're having a great day. That's not what someone who can't say anything says. Alex, where he says Alan had a digital presence of a 9-year-old. I don't know what that means. I don't know any 9-year-old that has a digital presence. Lab results may just be the gun. Could be, yeah. It's a good point, Gail. Hey, Jen, what's up? Richard Allen must not have had predatory behavior, or they would have arrested him sooner. Investigators needed evidence from the search to justify arrest. Yeah, because if you read it, everything that they had there, they've had since the beginning. There's nothing new there. Takes 2 weeks possibly. I don't know. I know 2 weeks would be right around the turnaround for, DNA or even digital DNA, like what they did with, Kagan's phone. MK's asking, anybody else heard the family is starting to turn on Richard Allen? No, I've heard the opposite. I've heard they're picking up support. So I think once the defense has all the discovery and they've come up with their strategy, if they're going to fight the case, we'll probably see an interview from one of his family members. But I have a feeling he's going to give a name, and he'll probably take life in prison, or like, 50, 55 to life, something crazy. And then he'll give a name and there'll be a manhunt and it'll be this big drama. Anna says, if the unspent shell is their main evidence, this case is weak. Investigators must have found something stronger. Yeah, I think so. Because what we see in front of us is not enough. I mean, just us speculating for a few moments, we can poke a million holes in all of that. Imagine what a jury will do, motivated to get the hell out of there, They're going to poke giant holes. And then they're going to make decisions based on those giant holes. All rumors that family is turning on Richard Allen. What rumors? And what specifically? I watched the Jessica Chambers trial in Mississippi. Digital footprints busted that case wide open. Yeah, let's hope. This guy seemed like, and also we haven't heard anything about the DNA. Does the DNA belong to Richard Allen? If so, this is an open and shut case, right? It doesn't appear to be. If they think others are involved, it's because the DNA does not belong to Richard Allen. If the DNA doesn't belong to Richard Allen, it's going to be easy for the defense to say, hey, look, somebody else did this. Your bullet science is crap, and the evidence points to somebody else. I mean, that's basically what's going on with the West Memphis Three. They're telling them they're innocent because of those reasons. But it's very well the DNA could be from another person, maybe a more sophisticated criminal who doesn't get caught. Maybe the other person involved is somebody who doesn't panic. Who doesn't run down the road muddy and bloody. They were desperate on time because of upcoming election. I hope they have more. I really don't want to think that it had anything to do with politics, because I don't think they needed this to accomplish what was accomplished. I think Tony Leggett was going to become sheriff no matter what. His DNA was most likely on that unspent round before at the crime scene. Well, the thing is, if his DNA was on the bullet, they wouldn't need to test it. You know what I mean? So I don't think so. They wouldn't even need to test it. It's like your DNA was on the bullet. We don't need to match it to your, specifically to your gun. Your DNA was already on the bullet. You're already attached to it. They don't need to do anything. Well, at least not publicly. Later on during the trial, that would be helpful. But to convince us or to convince a judge, hey, his DNA was on the bullet. We don't, they won't show us, the public, what they would show to a jury. They released the minimal amount of probable cause. Yep, the minimal. And that's all they need, really, because the judge who is in charge of all of it, of course, has access to all of the information. So as long as Richard Allen has access to it and the judge has access to it, I mean, good to go. He said he was looking at a stock ticker with all the digital stuff in his case. I just find it weird. Yeah, half truths. What he was saying is that he's having financial problems. To me, that's what I'm interpreting it as. I was having financial problems. That's what I was motivated by, and I was there to do some really bad stuff, and I just happened to be using my phone to do those bad things. Good morning. Shout out to Canada. Welcome, Elaine. Might have a phone, just not in PCA that we have seen. Yeah, they could have found a phone. They could have been able to trace it. They could have found something at the search of the Wabash River. Who knows? Most hikers who spent or unspent shells on the path will collect them. They are shiny and interesting. The girls were interested in forensics. Shell could have been in a victim's hand or pocket. That's interesting. No IMEI on Richard Allen's phone is odd to me. So basically, the identification information that everybody has on their phone was missing. And the fact that they looked is another strange thing. Or how did they gather that information? Maybe they have much more from considering they don't explain much about his phone at the time. Yeah, I read all that, JJ. It's kind of like their job to say it's junk. But I'm sure that technology is constantly evolving. And I mean, it can't be junk because some things you can't argue against. You know, if a certain machine on a microscopic level has a certain fingerprint, and then that fingerprint is imprinted on something else, I mean, that's going to be hard to argue. The defense already has the identity of the real BG. This is heading for a real discovery. I hope so. I hope through all of this they find the truth. Yeah, it's not proof he was involved. It's just proof that something that belonged to him was at a crime scene. So right there, there's reasonable doubt because somebody could have placed it there, somebody could have dropped it, somebody could have been trying to set him up. Yeah, Gail, that's true. There was a lot going on at the time. A lot of media coverage with the lawsuit from what was it, Michael Thomas, I think is his name. Maybe Richard Allen doesn't know what to do online, so he said he was watching a stock ticker. I know lots of investors and have not heard of anybody watching a stock ticker online. Well, I know that if you go on to certain journals and things like that, they'll have the stock ticker there. I know Fox does it. I know some other channels will do that for people who are playing the stock market. We are invested in that. So we look sometimes, but we have somebody who does it for us. So I don't even pay attention. We just get reports. We just want to make sure that it's paying out. That's all I care about. And my son used to save spent rounds if he found them. Had a huge bag when he was a kid. Yeah, it was fun to find those. You know, you pick them up. You know, it's like, ooh, look at this, cool. Trade station or something similar. I use it. DNA on the shell, maybe tool marks, etc. won't matter that much. At best, the shell only makes a connection. Yeah, it makes a connection and it makes it hard to explain away. It's compelling, but it's not I guess, smoking gun. It's not like the nail in the coffin for him. Cell phone pings may be how they caught him originally. Could be. You guys, they have so much more info than they are giving us. All of it will come out in trial. You won't know until then. I don't know. We've been able to uncover. I don't know if they have anything that we haven't at least talked about. Um, I mean, we've pretty much broken as a collective group or quote unquote community. So funny to say that. But yeah, I mean, really, we've uncovered a lot of information. It's kind of powerful if we would just all learn to work together. It's not just the fact one of his unspent rounds were at the scene. He was at the scene also by his own admission. Yep, that's true. Now, what if he comes out in court and says, "Hey, like I didn't want to say this, but I was getting ready to cheat on my wife. Somebody catfished me out there. Somebody lured me out there and then tried to set him up." Maybe even filming him with Libby's phone out on the bridge. I mean, you could spin it a million ways. Um, Running Bear says, "Did his wife divorce him?" No, she's been showing up to court, and they've been like telling each other they love each other and whispering "I love you" in the courtroom. So yeah, she's supporting him. Anne says, "I suppose I haven't heard the term ticker for years. It is an obsolete term. If Richard Allen was closely watching stock market activity, I'd wonder if he was day trading. Big loss that day." Yeah, maybe it set him off. I believe that the defense will win focusing upon the video, audio, BG, and the Snapchat pic. Well, I think what's going to happen is they're going to pile it on. They're going to say, okay, he admitted he was there. Okay, that doesn't make him a killer. Okay, well, they found a bullet and we can scientifically tie it to his gun. Okay, that's compelling, but that doesn't make him a killer. Okay, well, we found DNA at his home of the victim that we recovered from what appears to be blood. Okay, he's guilty. We also found a video or a trophy from the crime scene. Okay, I'm convinced. So what's going to happen is his defense is waiting for all the information so they can make an educated decision on how to advise their client. They're going to advise him based on the information they have. And I think once they see that he's going to fry in the electric chair or do life in prison, they're going to ask him like, "Look, buddy, do you know anything that we can use? Do you have any information we can use, like a credit card? Anything? I need you to pull it out of your back pocket." Yes, there was two accomplices, and okay, well, we'll make a deal. I might be able to get you life in prison. Something like that. If you're lucky, I'll get you life in prison or maybe 20, 30 years, depending on what his role was. Hey, Charlie, what's up? Oh, yeah, I haven't ruled out a setup. He didn't seem like the smartest guy around. Well, that's the thing. Like, we don't know anything about him. For all we know, he's like this cold blooded killer. But from the outside, we're like, oh, look at this little short guy, go smack him around. But he doesn't have really a social media presence. He doesn't have a criminal history. And if he's violent enough to commit a double murder like this, like there could be a lot about this person that we absolutely do not know. Lori Clayton says, "Wow, I can't believe she's still with him, supporting him. Shit, for all we know, she was involved or knows that he's innocent. Maybe she'll testify. I don't know." He tried to stop the crime. Why didn't he come forward? Yeah, maybe he's afraid. Look what happened in the Murdoch trial. There was no real evidence. Everyone was done wrong, and they still convicted him. And Delphi is way more backwards than South Carolina. Hey JJ, if they found anything connected at his house, he's cooked. Well, the thing is Nicholas McClellan put together a probable cause affidavit, right? He said, I'm going to put this together in hopes that Fran Gold, the judge, approves it for release. You know, this will be what the public sees, is what I've put together. Now, what that insinuates is that he's hiding other information for a reason. Now, if he's hiding information, that means that he found a whole lot of something, because everything that was released is pretty much everything that they already had. So if it's everything that they already had, why would he need permission to hide other things? Like, hey, can you please not release this piece of information, because everything's already in there. So that means that there's new information that he did not include, which means that they found something at Richard Allen. It could be a video, it could be images. Maybe in one of these images of the crime scene, there's another foot, or there's Richard Allen in the image. Like, you can't be in the image taking the photo and then also that be your hand, you know? So they have something that's leading them to believe others are involved. I think that has to do with the DNA, then also with them being 100% that Richard Allen was involved. So if they know for a fact, they can prove it through DNA, through whatever they found during the search, that he was involved, but that's not his DNA. Yeah, it's almost 100% that there's others involved. Richard Allen will flip once his attorneys have enough information. So remember, you heard it first here, and I've been saying this, since he got arrested. He will flip, he will make a deal, and then we'll finally figure out who else was involved. Hey, Kate. According to Murder Sheet, the original Old Guy sketch was primarily composed from M and B's eyewitness account. Later, when they came up with the Young Guy sketch, other was disregarded. Well, it was never disregarded. BG is not 18 to 40 for sure. Well, they said 18 to 40, but may look younger. And I think Richard Allen did look younger than his age. Wait, I'm pretty sure that Tony Leggett is the one who wrote the search warrant and the arrest warrant. I'll bet he had the missing underwear. Yeah, it could have been a trophy. They brought out clothing that appeared to be darkened, some dark clothing. So I mean, it could have been covered in blood. All I know is that during the press conference, McClellan looked very confident but cautious and trying to remain careful. It was like he was placing cards on a house of cards, and he had it stacked really high. And he's like trying to be very careful, and he's placing them on there. He's like, okay, here you guys go. And he's trying to do his best, and he's asking for help from the courts. And there's no reason that Frango would be motivated to help Nicholas McClellan. So she saw something in there. A killer would keep underwear. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, why would he keep it, and he found it? Yeah. I think I missed the first part of that conversation. Kay says, I don't give much credibility to the muddy and bloody witness. If you saw somebody in that condition knowing what happened there, you wouldn't wait months to report it to law enforcement. Yeah, defense is going to tear that apart. That might not even come out in the court. There's just too much going on with that witness. Sick thought. It's just an idea that got stuck in my brain. Yeah, I hate that. All right, guys, we're at 1 hour. I may or may not go live later on today. We did have a pretty good members live stream. So if any of my members are in here that missed it, go check it out. It was pretty interesting. But we'll see if we're going to go live today. If not, I will try to catch you guys in the mornings whenever I'm kind of digging into the Delphi. It seems to help me out a lot, kind of talking with you guys and trying to get a consensus and all this. Hey, what's up, Snoops? No, the witness actually waited months. If you look, she waited 3 months before providing that information. And they even say it in the press conference. It's the one where they're in the white room and Kim Riley forgets everybody's names. But yeah, he says it was a few months after the fact. Corn Pop, good morning. Terabytes of evidence that would take at least a full day to download. What is this? No, I didn't hear that, Kay. I did not hear that. Jinx is saying, yeah, Liget did write the PCA. You got it, Karen. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Oh, anytime, SP. Thank you guys for hanging out and participating. All right, guys, make sure you enjoy the rest of your day. Might have something for you later on in the evening. If not, we'll hang out again in the morning and have a little convo again. I think I like these little morning conversations. Hey, Rory. You got it. The next court date. Keep a look at the community page. I need to go look at that information anyway. So I'll post that. Keep your eyes peeled. I'll post that here in the next 20 minutes because I'm curious. Thanks, Miss Thang, Digital, Olivia too, Hippie, Patricia, Don, thank you for hanging out. SP, Jinx, Julianne. Who am I missing? Corn Pop, Freckled Joy, Snoopsy, Big Don, Anna. I think I got JJ, Lori, Joseph B, Vanessa, Charlie Murphy, Susie, Running Bear, Snarky Sass, Angel, Anna, all you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Ruckus, Grizz, all you guys. Ruby. I almost forgot you, Ruby. Sorry. Rhonda, have a great day. Yep, Nana. Thanks for reminding them, guys. Hit the like button. It'll help out the stream quite a bit. Don't know why, but it does. What's up, Blind? Just missing us, catching us right at the final minute of the live stream. So I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. May or may not see me later. If not, we'll do this again tomorrow morning. Sorry about that, Kevin. Later, guys. Peace.